Hey, welcome back. In this video, we are going to remove and replace the front wheel on my 2019 R1250GS. So remember, these videos are sponsored by Pacific Motorcycle Tours and Rentals. Come check us out at packmototours.com. If you like the video, I would love it if you would subscribe here, give us a like, drop us a comment. All kinds of videos on water-cooled R1200 and R1250 maintenance items, oil changes, spark plugs, air filter replacement, all kinds of videos for your water-cooled R1200 and R1250. Okay, like I said, we're going to remove and replace the front wheel on this R1250GS. It's a lot less expensive, at least where I am, to take the wheels off the bike, bring them into my local shop, have new rubber put on, and then bring them back and put the new tires on. So that's what we're going to do today. All right, you ready? Let's jump into it. Before I get started on the front wheel, I just want to show you the steps that you need to go through to remove the front wheel. So there's this axle tightening screw right here. There's the axle bolt, and then there's the two bolts that hold on the brake caliper. So the first step that I like to do is remove the brake caliper, then loosen the axle tightening screw here, and then remove the axle, and the tire will just roll out. So that's how we're going to go through this. So we're going to start here with the brake calipers. So these two bolts, I'm going to show you all of this side. I'm not going to show you the other side because it's exactly the same except for the axle bolt on this side. But the brake calipers are removed with a 13 millimeter socket. I like to give these a nice twist before I pull them all the way off because this allows the pads to separate a bit and makes it easier to get back on. Because if they're really tight, you can't get the wheel back in place very easily. Okay, there's that. Let's loosen this. We'll do the same on the other side, and then we'll come back and take out the axle bolt. I've removed the caliper from the other side and loosened this axle tightening nut. This is a T45, so I'm going to loosen this one here as well. Okay. 17 millimeter socket to remove the axle. And then sometimes got to get a little bump here to push out the axle. So let me give it a little bump. Just enough to knock it out of the other side. Pull the axle all the way out. There's the axle. I'm going to give just a little lift to the bike so this front tire will roll right out. I didn't mention it to you in the beginning. I'm trying to give you a little look. You can see I've got a jack stand there to keep the bike from coming down on the front end. All right. Front tire is off. Okay, I'm back with the tire mounted on the wheel. I wanted to point out two things before I move forward. Number one, there is this spacer that fits right in here on the timing ring side. Make sure you take out this spacer before you deliver the wheel to your tire shop because it could fall out and this might be difficult to find. The other thing is I have a jack that I put underneath the motorcycle on this side to keep it from tipping one way or the other. So those are the two things that I wanted to point out. I am going to be using this Castrol Molub alloy paste TA to put on this spacing ring as well as on the axle when we put that in. See, stuff is messy, so I'm going to use some gloves on here. Okay, that's in place. We'll position this in. We already spread the brakes, so you can see that these just slide right on the disc. I'm going to do the other side as well. Make sure you get this guy right here. Just a couple of turns just to keep them from falling off when I put the axle in. So I'm going to put some of this Molub alloy paste on the axle as well. Okay. All I need to do is just raise the wheel up just a bit, and this axle is just going to feed right through. Okay, let's come all the way through. Get my axle screwed back in. Hand tightened right now. And now I'm just going to hand tighten everything, and then we're going to start torquing down. So I'm going to torque the axle bolt first, then the brakes, and then this stopping bolt. After I've hand tightened everything down, now I'm going to torque it in. So 30 Newton meters for the axle. There's 30. .38 Newton meters here. Okay. And these axle clamping screws at 19 Newton meters. Finally, I'd like to mark everything with a marking pin. So okay, there we go. We have removed and replaced the front wheel on this R1250GS. Simple project. So if you like these videos, please subscribe down here in the bottom of your screen. Give us a thumbs up. These videos are sponsored by Pacific Motorcycle Tours, so come check us out at packmototours.com, or support us by buying your maintenance kits here at packmototours.com/store. All right, I think it's time to get out and go for a ride. Come back and see us next time.